This is a instructional video on how to install a receiver in a 2009 Nissan Versa. I've owned this car for 2 months now, and when I purchased the vehicle it did not come with a radio. It just had a faceplate. Yes, it's a plain Jane vehicle, but I wanted to put in my own radio, and plus it was somewhat cheaper. But the best thing is, it did come with speakers. So I made an order online, ordered me a receiver for the vehicle, and I got it from Crutchfield. I've ordered a few things from Crutchfield in the past. One thing about Crutchfield, when you order a radio, they throw in the extra things you need, like wire harnesses and adapters and installation kits, and it's usually free. I ordered a crimp tool also with crimp caps. My entire order, I only purchased the radio and the crimp tool. The other things like the wire harness and the adapter for the antenna and the installation kit was all free. On the radio, I removed this faceplate ring. This allows me to use these keys that come with the radio that just snap in, and this allows me to remove this metal sleeve. The radio comes with its own wiring, and Crutchfield gives you a wire to match up to your car that connects to the radio wiring. Crutchfield also gives me this. This is a installation kit, or a Nissan Versa kit. This will fit my car perfect. When I first received it and I was trying to put it together, I thought the radio was just too big, but actually it's just a tight fit. It actually fits really nice, as you see here. Crutchfield also gives you instructions on how to do your wiring, matching the radio wire to the Nissan wiring kit that they give you for free. Using the crimp tool, I just took my time. It actually took about 15 minutes by using the crimp tool, and I simply just wired these two harnesses together. One goes to the car and the other end goes to the radio. The first thing I do is I remove the negative terminal off the car battery. This is my 2009 Nissan Versa, and it has no radio, and I'm going to fix that. So I take a flathead screwdriver and I gently pry this panel up. Now this panel will just pop up. After I remove the panel, now I can remove these two screws. This will allow me to remove this face panel around the radio. You must be careful here. You have two wires attached here. You have the AIRBAG sensor light and you have the hazard light button. You can unplug the hazard light button. I carefully remove this panel and I just lay it to the side, carefully not removing the AIRBAG wire. Now there's 4 screws that I need to remove. This will allow me to remove this faceplate where the radio goes. I removed the wires that are plugged up to the back of this faceplate, and that is the antenna wire and the Nissan radio wire. Now for wiring, I hook up the radio wire and I hook up the antenna wire. I called Crutchfield's technical support, and there was a blue wire on the antenna. I didn't know where to connect the blue wire. The Crutchfield technician helped me out. There's a metal roll cage tubing behind the dash, and there's a screw there, and that's where I grounded the radio. Using the crimp tool, connect the blue wire like I called for earlier, and I simply plug up the radio wire and the antenna wire. I reconnect the battery terminal and do a test on the radio to see if I have sound, which I do. The 4 screws that I removed earlier now can be screwed back in place with a new radio. I plug the hazard light button back in and I place the faceplate panel back in place, a little adjusting, and it comes together quite easy. Now with the final 2 screws, screw in place the faceplate panel, and now I will place the dash panel back in place. Just find the little notches and it will snap back in place. Now it's finished and I have sound. Total time about 1.5 hours, and now I have a new radio. If you need a radio, Crutchfield's the way to go. It's just that simple. I hope this helps people with Nissan Versas. Thanks.